Welcome to our channel. Today, we're counting down the top 7 most effective political leaders of the 21st century. Now, you might be thinking, effective? In this economy? With this political climate? Have you seen the news lately? It's like a clown car fire in here. And to that, I say, fair point. The bar for effective is, let's just say, flexible these days. But believe it or not, amidst the flaming wreckage of our global dumpster fire, there are some leaders who've managed to string together a few coherent sentences, maybe even pass a policy or two that didn't make everyone want to spontaneously combust. So buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into the world of surprisingly competent leadership. Let's explore who has made the biggest impact in modern politics. Kicking things off at number 7 is Emmanuel Macron, the current president of France. Now, I know what you're thinking. A French leader known for effectiveness? Isn't that an oxymoron like jumbo shrimp or peaceful Twitter debate? And look, I'm not saying France doesn't have its, shall we say, quirks. This is a country that once rioted over the price of baguettes. Baguettes! But Macron, in a truly shocking turn of events, has actually managed to accomplish some things during his time in office. He's pushed through some pretty significant economic reforms, which is no small feat in a country where even suggesting a minor change to the retirement age can lead to nationwide strikes and barricades made of burning tires. He's also taken a leading role in the European Union, which, let's be honest, is kind of like being the designated driver for a group of friends who are all determined to make terrible life choices. It's a thankless job, but somebody's got to do it. Macron's even managed to navigate the whole Brexit debacle with a surprising amount of grace, which again is impressive considering the UK basically decided to leave the EU group chat and then immediately start subtweeting everyone. So yeah, Macron's not perfect. He's had his fair share of controversies and missteps, but in a world where political leadership often feels like a race to the bottom, he's at least trying to climb the stairs, even if he does occasionally trip over his own shoelaces. Coming in at number 5 is Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister of New Zealand. Now, I know what you're thinking. New Zealand? Isn't that the place with the hobbits and the sheep? And yes, while New Zealand does boast some truly breathtaking scenery and an alarmingly high sheep-to-human ratio, it's also home to one of the most progressive and compassionate leaders on the planet. Ardern, since taking office in 2017, has basically become the human embodiment of be the change you want to see in the world. She's tackled everything from climate change to gun control with a level of empathy and effectiveness that's frankly refreshing in this day and age. Remember the Christchurch mosque shootings? Ardern responded with such grace and compassion that it made the rest of the world look like a bunch of toddlers throwing tantrums. She banned semi-automatic weapons, offered support to the Muslim community, and basically showed the world what true leadership looks like. And then there's her handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ardern, instead of downplaying the threat or using it as an excuse to grab power, actually listened to the experts, implemented strict border controls, and managed to keep New Zealand's death toll shockingly low. Ardern's leadership is a masterclass in empathy, competence, and just generally being a decent human being. She's proof that you can be both kind and effective, and that maybe, just maybe, The world doesn't have to be run by a bunch of self-serving narcissists. Chapter 4. Holding steady at number 4. Xi Jinping, the man who's turning China into a superpower, whether we like it or not. Coming in at number 4 is Xi Jinping, the paramount leader of China. Now, Xi's a bit of a tricky one to categorize. He's not exactly a democratically elected leader, and his human rights record is, shall we say, not great, but there's no denying that he's been incredibly effective at consolidating power and turning China into a global superpower. Under Xi's leadership, China's economy has continued to grow at an astonishing rate, lifting millions out of poverty and challenging the United States for global dominance. He's also been incredibly assertive on the world stage, expanding China's influence in Africa, Asia, and beyond. Now, some people might argue that Xi's brand of authoritarian capitalism isn't exactly something to be celebrated, and they wouldn't be wrong. But love him or hate him, there's no denying that Xi Jinping is one of the most consequential leaders of the 21st century. He's reshaping the global order in China's image, and the rest of the world is just trying to keep up. Chapter 5, and at number 3, it's Barack Obama. Remember Hope? Yeah, that guy. Coming in at number 3 is Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States. Now, I know, some of you are probably rolling your eyes right now. Obama? Really? The guy who droned a wedding and couldn't close Guantanamo? And yes, Obama was far from perfect. He made his fair share of mistakes, and some of his policies were definitely questionable. But let's not forget the context here. Obama inherited 2 wars, an economy in freefall, and a political system that was about as functional as a screen door on a submarine. And yet, despite all that, he managed to achieve some pretty remarkable things. He passed the Affordable Care Act, which, love it or hate it, expanded health insurance coverage to millions of Americans. He oversaw the end of the Iraq War, sort of, and he ordered the raid that killed Osama bin Laden. But perhaps most importantly, Obama restored America's standing in the world after the disastrous presidency of George W. Bush. He was a symbol of hope and progress, not just for Americans, but for people all over the world. And in these dark and cynical times, that's something worth remembering. Undoubtedly endure. That's our list of the top 7 most effective political leaders of the 21st century. Which leader do you think has made the most impact? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more insightful content. Look, I know this list is far from perfect. We probably left off some of your favorites, and we probably included some people you think are completely undeserving. But that's the beauty of lists like these, isn't it? They spark debate, they make us think, and they remind us that even in these crazy mixed-up times, there are still people out there trying to make the world a better place. Thanks for watching. Check out our other videos for more fascinating insights into global leaders and trends. See you next time.